after other family member. And I have noticed, unfortunately, that the younger generation, the children of the baby boomers, seem to be not as smart as their parents, and they really let the medical establishment take them for a ride and convince them that what they are offering is the right thing to do. I think that baby boomers are a lot more rebellious. They had to face a lot harder life, so they are more feisty. They don't know what to do, but their children have been quite spoiled, so they seem to have a problem at grasping what is really going on out there. And really that is needed, because anybody that chooses a different path, which is not the standard medical offering, whatever they offer, if you can call that offering, and decide to go an alternative way because that is their choice, they are in serious trouble, because what the medical tries to show is that they are basically deranged and they don't know what they're doing. And the other one is working on the relative with the enormous amount of fear factor. Now, the relative might be genuinely concerned about their family member, but the problem is that they are not the ones facing the health that comes with chemo and radiation. They are not the ones that are actually facing the consequences. They don't know. They haven't spent years trying to find out online, everywhere, to get information on what is really happening. And when you talk to a physician, the statistics he gives you had no reality connection whatsoever. It gives you the statistic out of his head that is convenient at that time to say, and people believe it because the doctor is saying it. And that is another major problem we are facing. But what Mr. Smith had was their refusal to accept the fact that somebody was not going to go with the standard chemo. And so they keep the port in place, which is direct access to your body, because it connects to a major vasculature, and that's it. They got a major access to your body. You don't even know what they're putting into it. And they try to rush into that decision, put the port in immediately. And the problem is that they tell you, oh, that is safe. It's not. It's very easy to get infected. There is a whole procedure that you have to use to flush it so it does not get infected, but even so is a very dangerous thing, and infections are very easy to set in. So they know that happened, and denying that she had an infection is absolutely criminal. But they get away with it, and there is support from all directions because it's the doctor that said it. And Mr. Smith, do you want to explain what they told you when you asked about the fact that the cancer was dead? Why didn't they look for the real cause? What did they tell you?
They said she has cancer and it has metastasized. We have a horse in front of us. We don't have to look for zebras.
I mean, this is unbelievable. We don't have to look for anything else because we know there is cancer. And because what we do cannot kill the cancer, so the cancer is therefore alive. Forget the testing, the cancer is therefore alive. And I'm telling you, the other problem is the testing they do. Did they agree with the ultrasound? No, they didn't, did they?
No, they just looked at the outside of the breast, and they said, oh, this is inflammatory breast cancer. But my wife said, but I don't have any pain. I don't have any infection or inflammation here. It's really not an inflammation, and it's dead cancer that is being absorbed by the body and sometimes secreted in colorless, odorless fluid. I don't have cancer in this breast. They said, oh, no, you must be deluded. This is a lot of cancer, and you need painkiller, and you're going to die.
And another thing that I've done, not just to your wife, they do to a lot of other patients. You go for an ultrasound, we color Doppler that tells you the blood flow. Well, if there is no blood flow into the cancer tissue, the cancer is not alive because there is no life without blood flow. But they ignore that and tell you, oh, no, the cancer can recreate vasculature and it doesn't mean anything, there is no blood flow. And my question is, if there isn't if there is still life even without blood flow, then why, when the heart stops, a person has a heart attack and the heart stops, they rush into restarting the heart? Why they do? If the person can live for a while.
They kept talking to me for 2 days, trying to convince me, after they had convinced the rest of the family, that it would be horrible and painful to try to revive the heart and put in tubes and strip her naked, and she will die without family around. I mean, they made saving life look like a horror show, and everybody said, no, I don't want it. In the end, when I saw that they were continuing to give her morphine and her kidney shut down and her heart shut down, I just want them to do any more to her, because they were determined to kill her regardless of what I said. And if they had done the resuscitation, what that means, and they told me, is that they will give her a lot more painkiller, a lot more sedatives. Her heart has already failed from the little morphine they gave her because she's frail from the infection. So they were determined to kill her, and they had already killed her, and more morphine and more sedatives will not. She was, her heart stopped. They weren't going to restart her heart. They were going to give her more drugs and keep her heart out. So they were not even monitoring her heart. They didn't want to monitor her heart. They said she's done. We don't need to monitor her heart. They're criminals.
All the details. They are. All the detail of this show, you refused our treatment while we offer, so therefore we're going to punish you.
Yes.
And you're not going to make it. You're going to die. And it's better that way because they can cover up results that other got. That's the problem. There are other solutions out there. There are other ways to handle the problem without chemo, radiation, and surgery, but the medical does not want to accept that. And apparently some people end up getting killed even though their cancer is no longer a threat. So it's scary. And I hope the people...
She was walking and eating, and she was alive and walking and eating. She was having trouble sleeping because of an abscess. Even after I insisted they treated the E-Coli, they did not do a complete treatment because, again, she has cancer. What are we going to do? It must be the cancer. Oh, forget. Actually, one of the doctors said, E-Coli, we don't care about E-Coli. She has cancer. So they left the E-Coli in her brain, didn't treat it, they didn't give her enough antibiotic to cross the blood-brain barrier. And the idea is, she's got cancer and she's had cancer long enough, she must be dead. And if she doesn't die, we're going to make she does. That's my reading of how they said it.
It's just a very earth-shattering story. Really, it's really scary. Well, we are back now, and I was hoping somebody would actually call and try to talk to Mr. Smith and ask him a few direct questions, but I guess we are not having a brave enough audience to call up and ask all the details that we might have overlooked. I don't know. The number again is 866-986-6397. 866-986-6397. And I wish some will call and tell us how they feel about this whole thing. And for many people, that is mostly earth-shattering and scary. It's a scary thing. And the first reaction will be, I don't believe that this really happened. But not only that happened, this is not the first case we have seen. That happened, but there are many other similar situations. And just because that's the only way you can maintain the status quo, you can maintain the situation the way it is by denying that anybody could get rid of cancer any other way. And by the way, the chemo, radiation, surgery, if you want to call it that, I call it maiming, but that trio, in whatever order they decide to use, it's not successful. It is not.